Yeah, definitely is a huge challenge for us, isn't it? Like I say, we're really looking forward to the challenge of facing the Tigers on Saturday. Going back to playing them up in October, it was a few crucial errors in our game second half which cost us the game as far as I'm concerned. Up until half time I thought we were in the game. Like I say, individual errors cost us that day, and I think we've come a long way since then, and I mean, this group of players are keen for success, and I think we've proven that by the result we got up in Edinburgh on Saturday.
You know what they're going to do though, Matt, don't you? They're coming for you in that particular area, which is where you will find yourself in the middle of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Leicester have always been dominant up front, and that won't change this Saturday, but it's a matter of our pack producing a performance of their lives, and that's what it's going to take to beat Leicester on Saturday.
What was your kind of memories of the game at Welfare Road, right? Because it was kind of in a balance, now just kind of really out of control then for
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, and up until half time I thought we made a good game of it, and was it 13-10 half time, and I thought we defended well, stopped the driving line out, which is a huge part of the game, and then second half, like I say, it was a few errors which we made and they capitalised off it, and before you know it, with 3 tries down, and to go to a place like that, it was always going to be tough to come back from that, and in the end we sort of started chasing the game, and a side like Leicester, we can't afford to do that.
As a captain, what do you say to the likes of Simon Gardner in a dressing room before he plays a team like Philip Patrick and Leicester pack like that? Because obviously it's going to be probably his biggest test of his short
Yeah, definitely. I think Simon's come in and done a really good job for us. He held his hand up, fair play to him, and he's going really well. Obviously he's another step up this Saturday, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just about believing in himself, which he is doing at the moment. He's playing well for us, and just keep on what he's doing. He's doing a great job there for us.
Is this the biggest game since the semi-final defeat to Leicester at the Walker Stadium?
Yeah, it's got to be up there, hasn't it? Like I say, at the moment we're top of the group, and it's in our own hands now, isn't it? We've got a home game. Obviously we've got a trip to Pepin in the week after, but as far as I'm concerned, this is a hero's game for us, and we know we're capable of beating Leicester. It's just a matter of putting a performance in individually and as a team to get a result which we can achieve, and we desperately need.
Does it motivate you as well, the fact you've had a couple of barren years in Europe, you whitewashed in one campaign? Does that add to the motivation to get back into the quarterfinals?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I took over as captain at the beginning of the season, sort of laid my marker down what I wanted to try and achieve this season as a team, and obviously as a player, and the biggest thing for me was sort of playing at home, making a bit of a fortress, and because the season before was obviously disappointing. We lost as far as I can, too many home games. This year we've only lost one and drawn one, and we've won the rest. So as far as I'm concerned, the boys have fronted up. Boys have experienced Leicester in the past, and it's great for the younger boys to experience this Saturday, and I think these games can only bring the best out of you.
Matthew, personally, since the Lions tour, you've received a lot of plaudits. A lot of people starting to stand up, take notice of yourself. How do you feel you've developed since then, and how do you look back on that now?
It's obviously Lions tour is the ultimate, and it's just great for me to sort of be involved in such a unique team, and being in the company of great players like Sir Paul O'Connell, Phil Rickley, these type of players who are well respected in world rugby, and it's just great to have sort of their input and their experiences of rugby, and obviously I just go about my own business as I always will, and never get too big-headed, to be honest. I just try and work as hard as I can, and that's how I've got what I've had today. So it's it's great to be known for that, but that comes down to hard work.
How important is the fact you mentioned the fortress factor? Don't be a full house here on the weekend. It's a rarity, this place. How important is that? Because obviously Leicester make Wellwood Road a huge advantage to them in the big games. How important is that for this weekend?
Definitely, I think. Traditionally, the Scarlet supporters have been outstanding over the years, and I'm sure they will come out in the thousands on Saturday. Like I say, it's always great playing here in full house, and like I say, we don't get that regular, but that'll be important for us on Saturday, and I'm sure they'll have a part to play.
How important is having Steve back in the mix, and just give us an insight on what he brings?
Well, we all know Steve, don't we? He's, like I say, he's been around a long time. He's an experienced player, and like I say, he's a similar sort of player to me. I think he just gets on with his work, and he's just experience from, like I say, playing for Wales, playing in France. It just helps the team, and obviously, the more sort of leaders you've got in the team, that helps you. And like I say, fair play to Steve. He's coming this week, and he's ready to go. He's obviously been out with his knee for a couple of weeks, and he's been disappointed to miss out, but he's glad to be back in the picture, and I'm sure he'll be on fire on Saturday.
Memories of the first game between these two teams, Sean, what was your abiding memory full time? Because there was a lot of people going into that game, and it kind of, the wheels came off a bit.
Yeah, that was one of those. We were in at half time, obviously, then they sort of kicked on and we didn't. It's very frustrating, and obviously we know how they can play, and we've got to realise we've got to keep our foot on the gas for that full 80. I think there's a few games at the start of the season where we're winning quite comfortably at half time. I took a foot off the gas. I think we're sort of rectifying that now. We're certainly able to build pressure for 80 minutes. The last few games, I think that's honestly, I think the last Tigers game certainly highlighted that, and we realised that we can't do it this weekend.
What's it like being a non-Welshman in this environment in a Heineken Cup?
I don't think it really makes a difference what nationality are when it comes down to Heineken Cup. It's a European competition, and obviously it's more the club itself rather than the fact it's just Welsh. It's the history of what it's done before, and obviously it's a big history to live up to. And, I think we're in a good chance. I mean, where we are, and obviously we've got a couple of tough games coming up, but we are in a good place where we can qualify into the quarterfinals and stuff. So that's what we're aiming to do, but it's got to be done this weekend.
Does it feel like the biggest game of the season, winning the squad?
So far, it's the biggest game of the season. You have to see when we're in the finals of the Magnus League and the rest of it later in the season. But so far, yeah, it is a big game. I mean, it's Tigers here who are obviously leading the Premiership at the moment. They're a tough team to break down, especially at home, but we've got to be the same down here. We've got to make this place a fortress as they have done at Alford Road, and like I say, it's about us putting the pressure on, playing our style of rugby for that full 80, not just the 40 we did last time.
It's a big opportunity, not just with the group and everything, but with the amount of people who'll be here, and it's a great way to showcase the Scarlets, isn't it?
Well, I say, I mean, we know we've got the potential to play rugby, and okay, we have our odd blip here and there, but I say we can enforce our game on the Tigers, then we're in with a good shout. So, but yeah, it's keeping our foot on the gas for that full 80. That's the big difference, and that's what will make it or break it come the weekend.
You obviously know what the Heineken Cup means to this place, then.
Yeah.
Have you got that before, because you've seen this team in big games in Europe, or is it you've got that feeling since you've been here?
Well, it's a bit of both. I mean, obviously everyone knows of the history of Scarlets, regardless of me being here. We knew it before I came here. So I came up against Scarlets in the Magnus League when I was with Glasgow, and you know the history of this club. It's done good things, and everybody here wants it to see it do great things again. I think we're building a good team here. We're keeping hold of some of the young guys. We've got the experience of the older boys, obviously got Steve and Matt leading us from the front, and it's about time we show what we can do. And I say it's all focused on this weekend. It is the biggest game of the season so far, and we really do have to enforce our game. That is the key.
The Tigers pack, it's a reputation, but obviously they've got some pretty physical calibre left wide as well.
Yeah.
Two of the ladies, obviously they pose a threat this weekend.
Well, yeah, I mean they've got a great team. That's something they've built over a few seasons. It's not just thrown together. They know how to win, and obviously that's what they've been doing for many years. I mean, come from the Premiership, the Tigers were the team to beat, and obviously when they're sitting at the top, they are still there. I say we all know it's no easy feat this weekend. They are going to be tough, but providing we play our brand of rugby and we know what we need to do and the areas we can attack, and we've got to do that. We've got to front up physically in the forwards, and we've got to take it to them in the backs. It's same with any opposition, that any class opposition. You know where you've got to go, and we've got to stick to our game plan and do it.
Scarlet's been called the most attractive team in Europe, but this huge question over the pack remains. Is that a compliment or a motivation?
I think the boys will say it's a motivation. It's our boys can front up when they want to, and I think it showed up in Edinburgh. We were more physical that weekend, and to take the first win up there since the region was created, it shows where we've come as a team. And we are, as I say, we are still growing. We've got, as I say, a young team, but I think a lot of the young boys this year have stepped up massively, and it definitely shows. And providing, as I come back to it again, it's enforced our game plan the way we want to play this weekend, then it's going to be a good game.
How important is Stephen with that young dynamic? You know, how important is it to have somebody of that experience? And
I mean, experience for everybody is key. I mean, young boys are obviously keen as mustard, but sometimes it doesn't. It's not always the way forward. Sometimes the experience helps, but I think that's something we've had a lot of this year is the competition for places and people driving each other on. And there's no better motivation than somebody young whippersnapper whipping at your heels to keep you going, keep you fresh, keep you on your toes. So I know that I'm getting older that now. But yeah, it's great. I mean, the mood in camps and the squad is fantastic. Just the way we gel as a team is really good. It's really good. It's one of the best atmospheres I've been to at a club. Just the banter and everything. It's what helps. I think the team cohesion has really helped.
You seem to be enjoying the style of play as well, Sean. Obviously, as a winger, it's nice to get.
No, it is.
Coming regularly.
I say our back line can carve up anybody on the day. So yeah, it's good. I mean, yeah, I'm enjoying the rugby, and say a win this weekend, we'll top it off.
Sean, how good has it been to come to the Scarlet Sign and to play this open brand of rugby, and how much opportunity is it to impress Scotland selectors at the Six Nations?
The Scotland thing comes when if you're playing well, and regardless of where you are. But I think the move here to Scarlets has helped my career massively. I was hitting a bit of a low patch the last year in Northampton, recovering from my knee that year after that. I don't think I was playing as well as I should have. But coming here, fresh start, and obviously the coaching staff have been great, and the boys are great, and yeah, no, I've settled in well. I'm really enjoying my rugby down here. And even last year when I went winning so many, the mood in camp was still good. Okay, it's not quite as good as it was this year when we're sitting second in the league and got Europe poised the way it is. I'm loving it down here. No complaints at all.